guys, Quick Draw McGraw here. Why am I holding up a picture of Supergirl next to Lobo? Well, turns out that I went and saw the Supergirl movie that's out in theaters right now, and I got to tell you, I loved it. I thought Milly Alcock did an amazing job, and I'll talk to you about this little painting that I did of Supergirl just recently because I thought it would fit into this episode with Lobo. But hey, for those of you that are talking bad about the Supergirl movie, I got a question for you. As my Marine Corps friends used to say, did you RTFM, right? Did you read the freaking manual? So, if you read the book, which is actually one of the most highly uh, checked out books, I guess, in the New York City Library as of late, and you're in there watching the movie and you're criticizing the movie, yeah, you got problems. So my suggestion is go back, read this, which is what the movie is based on, and then go and see Millie Alcock and see what you think after you watch the movie again. Okay. So I thought she did an amazing job. Good job, DC. Good job, producers. Good job, Millie Alcock, and good job, Jason and all the other people that were in this movie. I got to tell you, you guys did an amazing job. So there you go. Um, so speaking of Supergirl, just so you don't know, hopefully it doesn't glimmer back. If you ever want to go back and see like the history of Supergirl, where she came from, how she was introduced into comic books, issue 252. That's where she started. Okay, so she's obviously a cousin of Superman, and so you see Superman in the actual movie itself. So great movie, really good job. There you go. So with that, I actually painted this painting, and I'll show you this up close. This is a painting that I did of Supergirl. I did my last episode, which was actually on Supergirl and Power Girl. Check that out. And I thought that was a really interesting episode because they're from Power Girl and Supergirl from alternate universes, although they share basically the same name and everything else. But I'm going to put up a little bit on again Power Girl and Supergirl and the differences and everything else. But this is a drawing that I did. It was a sketch that I did, and then I used markers for it, and then I used a little bit of acrylic paints for it. Very proud of this little painting here. It's just a quick little painting that I did around Supergirl when the movie was announced, and people were talking about it and everything else. So, anyways, I thought this would be a nice little painting, and so I'll have that up on the channel, and you'll be able to see it up close and everything else. Okay, so yeah, so I showed you Action Comics 252 here, and then yeah, go get. I made my daughter actually read this before we went to the movie because I highly recommend that you go read a book before you actually go to the movie. So there you go. All right, so let's go on. The other thing that I will talk about next is someone that got a little bit of attention in this movie was Lobo. Now, for those of you that do not understand Lobo, he is a DC character. I think he is probably like I'm going to show a little comparison between Lobo and Supergirl. Yeah, he's a different character. This guy like blew up his own planet and destroyed his own race. He like bit off the I think the finger of the nurse when he was an infant that was like that was helping him out when he was being born. This guy he's something else. So anyways, I thought in memory of the Supergirl movie and to kind of talk about him a little bit, I thought I would do a painting of him. So a little bit about Lobo. Lobo first appears in Omega Man. All right, so Omega Man, Omega Men 3. Okay, so that's DC Comics, June of '83. is where he shows up first. First appearance of Lobo. Here he is, hauling ass. He's a pretty cool guy, right? He does a lot of stuff. Very violent man. Okay, and then if you really want to get into um, Lobo, there is a big Fraggin compendium. One, this is it, and this is it's really massive. But as crazy and violent as the guy is, he's actually very very funny. And as you saw in the Supergirl movie, he thinks he's all that, in a bag of chips, as they like to say. So yeah, check him out. What else with Lobo? Uh, I'll show you up like all the things that he as a character has done. I actually did this. This was a sketch that I did. Okay, and then this is literally just markers that I painted in this whole thing. This was pretty quick. I told you guys that I mostly focus on portraits. Honestly, I think that's kind of like where I like to be. People tend to like portrait art a little more. So like kind of having like the two of them and such, like right there next to each other. And I think the title of this episode is going to be Frag the Haters, defending Kara. That's going to be our tagline for this. So Lobo and I are going to be fragging the haters, and they can go frag themselves, as he likes to say. And we're going to be defending Kara in this episode. So Kara, we are Milly, we are defending you, and you did a great job. And what was interesting is in the comics as of late, you see Lobo fighting Supergirl a lot in the comic books that are happening right now. But it's funny, in the actual movie itself, they didn't fight at all, right? I mean, she pretty much respected him, and he respected her. I thought that was kind of a cool thing, but it followed the book, so whatever. So trying to list here, looking at some things here, just about his diabolical nature and some of the things that he's done in the past. Some of the things I won't even, it's in comic books itself. It's so crazy. It's not even really worth mentioning. One of the things, and I'm flashing up a thing of like all of his, his characteristics and his, a little bit of a taxonomy and everything, and an infographic and yada 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 that gives you more information. But the funny thing about him was, and this is really amazing. He was so bad. He was so bad as a guy. Okay, I think he takes the cake. That they, obviously he was not going to make it into heaven, right? I mean, he's not a Christian, number one, so they're not going to let him into heaven. Two, he actually got kicked out of hell. They didn't want him in hell. They couldn't even deal with him in hell. So they sent him back to present day reality Earth, but he's immortal because they didn't want him in heaven and they didn't want him in hell. So it's like you can't kill him. So that's like in the movie with Supergirl. They her companion in the movie is like, oh, we need to go talk to this guy or where, and then Supergirl's like, no, no, we don't, no, we don't. I mean, you ain't gonna get anywhere with this guy. I mean, you can't kill him, and he's nuts. So yeah, he's something. But I thought he was kind of a fun character to paint or do the markers on and sketch and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy like this little episode. This was more of an episode to defend Milly and Kara, and just thank the producers of Supergirl. They did a great job. I'm tired of the media tearing them apart. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to leave you there. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, Tell your friends. We need more viewers. And I'm not even going to put in a promotion or ask for a plug because I've asked and no one's responding. So whatever. I guess I'll keep doing this myself. So, anyways, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll check you later.